Yo, I just finished watching CBC, and it made me want to make a video. So let's get it. Zack Snyder cut. Alright, so let's begin. What I really want to talk about, for real, is about the Snyder cut. I don't want to really come at other YouTubers per se because I actually enjoy a lot of YouTubers. It kind of made me want to come out here and throw my voice in the pool of voices on YouTube. So bear with me. The Zack Snyder cut has been very polarizing, I guess you could say, um, in the fan community. Most notably, I think everybody had a real issue with just Zack Snyder, and I think Zack Snyder actually went out of his way to give a good vision. And I honestly, I even take it a step further. He had a lot of foresight because everything he wanted to do then, from what I understand, was supposed to be a 5 film motion arc. Yeah, he would have overseen Aquaman and Wonder Woman, but I guess that's where he wanted to leave it. At least that's what I thought it was. He wanted to make a big arc for Superman, leave on the fifth. Boom. They was gonna springboard other characters out. That's what it is. Um, Now they're saying that he confirmed, and we're gonna say speculation for now because I didn't confirm it online. But let's pontificate a little bit on the possibilities of Batman dying. Now I don't agree he should have. I still agree with Armin from CBC that dag man we didn't have enough time with Superman, and not even just that. People forget they pushed back Superman. Superman was supposed to come out in 2015, and Man of Steel 2. It got pushed back because they wanted to do BVS, and I do believe that he wanted to do a Man of Steel 2 first. I think that was supposed to be the 5 part Man of Steel 2, BVS, Justice League Part 1, and Justice League Part 2. I think that's how it was supposed to go. Not Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League 1, Justice League 2, then Man of Steel 2. I don't think that was his arc. And from what I understood initially, how he wanted it to end in Man of Steel 2 was they were supposed to pick up the kryptonite at the end. Batman was, you was probably going to see his battering or something, but he was going to steal the kryptonite, and then everybody was going to shit their pants, and that would have been such a better way to introduce Batman. No one would have seen it coming, and BVS would have been like, whoa. I think that was a better way, but I think they wanted to push the film to go further. He wanted Batman at the end of his game. Yeah, I did that. Did he want him to die? Well, that's what they're saying. He said that's what he had wanted. I don't know if that was what he initially wanted. I don't know if that was going to be part of the actual vision. I will say this, him saying that now makes me start to feel like he's really, this whole shakeup with, is Henry Cavill still Superman? I think this is part of the reason why I heard on the ping pong show that they and Fiona, which is like one of the big spearheads of the release of Snyder cut movement, if you will. Um, they said that they were supposed to announce the Snyder cut, but then they pulled back, and I wonder if this was part of the reason because they did secure Henry Cavill. Maybe they was gonna pivot off of that. I mean, right now they're omitting movies. Now, Predator just omitted. Actually, not Predator didn't omit anything. It's in the continuity. They're about to omit a lot of sequels in Halloween. They were talking about doing that with Alien. So it would have been a possible thing that they could have released a Snyder cut and springboard off of that. It's only one movie. It's the last one. It'd be awkward, but hey, man, they're doing it now. So to get to the point of everything, is a dead Superman really that bad? I mean, excuse me, a dead Batman? Now, like again, I do run with what Armin said. I will agree with him there that we didn't have enough time with Superman in order for when they killed him off, that it would have held heavy on us, like we would have felt it. They could have at least used another movie. But now, is it his premise of like, he's very condescending with Zack Snyder. Just so you don't like Zack Snyder, is one of the. I mean, I won't say one of the reasons. A couple of the reasons why I don't watch CBC as much as I used to. You know what I mean? But I'm not trying to get into all of that. Not no, just saying. But anyways, the thing is that is a dead Batman really such a bad idea? And I find it interesting because everybody's talking about it. Even Armin talks about the one-off films, the one-off films. Why couldn't his DCEU have a beginning, middle, and end? Because the first thing he did was go into comparing it to Marvel. And this is the problem. And this is what Zack Snyder was trying to do. He was like, yo, Marvel's doing that. Let us do something different. Because I think if he would have went and did it the Marvel way, y'all would have said something. And if you ever pay attention to BVS and Man of Steel, even the way he went about Man of Steel was a lot more grounded than BVS scene. I don't know, is it me? Because I feel like he made it more Watchmen like. I feel like BVS was closer to the Zack Snyder style and approach like he did with Watchmen, where even the Watchmen's supposed to be in the real world, but it kind of don't seem like it could exist anywhere. Like it seems like it seems real, but not. BV, the way he shot Man, it still felt more realistic, more grounded. BVS, it just seemed a little more fantastical. Even now he handled but you could argue kind of did the same thing with the World Engine, but the way he did the fights with Doomsday, because it was in a miscellaneous area that was that huge but uninhibited. It was like, okay, I get it. You really want to show big battle scenes and explosions, which I wish he could dial back on. I will not lie, Zack Snyder, but that's still my dude. Like, it's still a good film, but it seemed a little bit more like he tried to make it more fantastical, a little brighter and less saturated than Man of Steel. It seemed like he was really aiming to do that, and when I look at it, I think he. I always felt like that was them saying kind of marvel it up a little bit more, and he did, and it was good. Yo, I really enjoyed BVS. You know what I mean, the original one, and I know I only really watched the extended cut, the Ultimate Edition, but that's neither here nor there. So with everybody raving about one-off films, one-off films, one-off films, he wanted to have a five-part story arc where Batman died. You guys are raving about one-offs and you have an issue with this? Oh, because Batman didn't have a movie. He was just only going to do the arc. And who's to say Batman wasn't going to come back? Because you're saying, and I don't know, because it's actually not confirmed that it wasn't Jason Todd that died. It was supposed to be Dick Grayson. Then there was no way that Robin was going to wear the suit unless it was going to be Jason Todd, and it would have been, what's the point? You might as well just say Jason Todd died and had Dick Grayson wear the suit. But let's just, because Armin kind of slid off on that. He didn't really bring that up. He said that he heard it was supposed to be Dick Grayson. And this is one of the reasons why I stopped kind of watching it, because I'll be like, well, I heard something different, bro. It'd be just like, and then when you read the titles and then you listen to it, it's more speculatory. So, I kind of eased back a little bit. I liked what they would. I really liked what they were doing from before. Lately, I don't know. Like I said, this little ping of venom with the fandom that I don't really agree with, but I'll do that in another video. But my point being is would Batman dying in the Zack Snyder series really be all that bad? Come on, it's a comic book movie. They can always bring him back to life. More than likely, he would have probably left the door open for that, should they have wanted to continue it. Or you guys love Raven Nolan. In a way, Batman died at the end of Nolan. They just showed Batman and they kind of like hinted that he was live, but almost like it wasn't, but we kind of knew he was. But if he would have died in the explosion, you guys would have stood up clapping saying, oh, Nolan can do no wrong. Who cares? Who cares? Nolan did it. And this is what I'm saying. You just feel like you guys run with the director. If you like the director, they could do no wrong. If you don't like the director, you, you know what I mean, then everything that comes out of him is just horrible. And I don't know, I just feel like it's a little weak sauce, man. I mean, come stronger with it. Like, get better. I want more detail, better information. Don't just, or rather, I'd rather you just say, I don't like this director, I'm biased. But I don't know. It just seemed like Zack Snyder got a lot more venom than he needs to. Like, he wanted to do an arc. He just wanted to do an arc. Would it have been the wisest decision to have it end? I don't know, because look at what they're doing now. It seems like they're going the way of making Elseworlds and one-off films, and that's a possibility. And why not? Let's do something different, man. I'm cool with us doing something different. Don't get me wrong. I would love a long-running DCEU that runs congruently with Marvel and Marvel's MCU, just because I want the possibility that they could fight at the end together. I just want that so badly. DC versus Marvel, so badly, and it's within the realm of possibility. But if they was to scrap everything, just do one-offs, you know what? F it. Yo, we in a great time, man. Don't get me wrong. We can shit slow on some movies. I don't want us to be pussies about it. We ain't gotta be punks about it. You dig? But at the same time, let's be fair. I don't know. I feel like the even everybody that talks about the Zack Snyder cut, no, even the credible ones never talk about it. You ever notice that? There'll be like conversations. This is part of geekdom, comic book geekdom, and no one's talking about it. On all the comic book, the mainstream ones, I'm talking Collider, even John Campion. I bangs with John Campion. John Campion has some of the best content out. Even Snap. I mean, I think Snap brought it up once. Rest in peace to the big homie. Big Sweaty. Yeah, that's the dude. But let's really think about it. You know what I mean? Like, nobody else gets the flack that Zach does. No one wants to talk about even like this is part of comic book geekdom. Comic book geeks and comic book heads, we want that Zach, that's not a cut too. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe not all, but it's a good Zach. I mean, to this day, people are cutting up his film, doing their versions. No film has that type of interest. No film. I don't even hear people doing that with like Solo. And people love Star Wars. There's something special about this, about what Zack Snyder's vision, what he was trying to do. And I think we need to explore it a little bit more. But we chopped it up long enough, man. Look, as you can see, it maybe I'm more of a Zack Snyder guy, but I'm just trying to bring more levity to it. Don't get me wrong, certain things I didn't agree with. And we'll get into that another day. But would Batman dying be that bad in the film? To me, it depends on how. Because as long as you do it with the opening where he can actually come back, why not? It's just, to me, what I'm seeing right now is no different than people saying Batman never kills. But if you look at Tim Burton films and some guy did the work of God and showed nothing but cuts of Batman. I forgot Batman put the dynamite on the guy and pushed him over the joint and he blew up. Batman was getting busy and dudes was dropping. So people saying he's just out here murdering. Batman ain't murder no one. Y'all just being extra. Dude just shot at him. He let his gun talk, and his gun talk bigger. Had that big talk, and dudes got taken out. Batman was like, just don't get in the way. But in any event, man, we went on long enough, man. I mean, we answered it. Is it a bad idea? And it just depends on how it's handled. That's really what it is, how he would have handled it. And I think even doing the BVS thing, I think it was a little bit of the studios not allowing for him to have a Man of Steel 2 first and then going into BVS. But that's just what I think. You let me know what you think. Leave it below, and like I said, man, this is just a thought.